Hey guys, welcome back to Strength Hacks Coaching. I will be going over the second strength hack today, and that is to understand the force velocity curve. So you don't always need to max out, sometimes you can get less out of more. Take for example the typical gym bro or maybe the teenage lifters that you see, and they're always trying to max out the same way on the same variation every single time. By changing some stuff around and rotating variations, these problems go away and you actually can max out every single week. But anyways, that's a whole other topic. The force velocity curve is an equation. It's power equals force times velocity, so basically the load times speed. So in simple terms, how much power somebody has is determined by how fast they can move a given load, and then the heavier that load is relative to their individual 1 rep max percentage, the slower the load's going to move. If you look at all the top powerlifters on their third attempts, the bar, it's not fast. It's not an opener. The openers are pretty fast, but their third attempt, something they're going for a record for, it's typically 3 to 4 seconds on that concentric part of the rep, which is a lot slower than, say, something that's more submaximal like speed work, where everything is less than 1 second on the concentric. So you want to train all 5 aspects of this curve. It's critical to preserve your functionality and your longevity as you get older. It's also good for building strength, power, and explosiveness. So the first part of the curve is max strength. That's going to be training between 90 and 100%. Second is strength speed. That's 80 to 90%. Third on the list is power. That is 30 to 80%. I know it's a pretty broad range. The number 4 is speed strength, which is 30 to 60%. Last but not least, number 5 is max speed, and that's anything that's under 30%. Okay, so now I'm moving on to practical training protocols that will help you work all 5 parts of the curve. For max strength work, you can either ramp up to a training max, or you can do 3 sets of 1 at 90%. Actually, I should have wrote 2 to 4 sets of 1 at 90%, as that way you can periodize it over time and add volume. So to work strength speed, a good way is cluster sets, which is you take about 85%. You do that for 4 to 6 sets of 1 with only 45 to 60 seconds rest in between. Now, if you're looking to work the power aspect, I like to do heavier work. It's like heavy speed work, I call it, which is when you take 60 to 70% of your 1 rep max, add 10 to 20% with band or chain. Or if you don't have access to accommodating resistance, you can always use 70 to 80% straight weight, and you're going to do 6 to 10 sets of 1 to 3, or you can do a 5x5. Say if you want to work speed strength, you do something I call light speed work, which is when you take 30 to 40% plus 15 to 25 in band or chain, or if you're using straight weight, just do 50 to 60%. And for this protocol, you'd use 8 to 12 reps of 1 to 3, or just do a 5x5. And as you can see, I have the values starred for the heavy and light speed work because they're not concrete. Some people may do better training within 5 to 10% plus or minus of those stated ranges. So experiment in 3-week waves and find out what works best for you. And in case you don't know what a 3-week wave is, it's when you add percentage over time. So say week 1 it's 30%, week 2 35%, and then week 3 would be 40%. So to wrap up the protocols, for max speed, you can train it in several ways. You can do circuit training with light loads and using max speed on every single rep. You could do prowler pushes with lighter loads, sprints against a light sled, high intensity interval training, say with sprinting or rowing. There's many other ways as well. Now when it comes to properly programming each part, say you want to work your max strength work 2 times a week on 1 upper session and 1 lower session. Now, if you're more on the early intermediate side, you can get away with doing them back to back, say Monday and Tuesday. But as you get more advanced, you're not going to be able to max out. Your nervous system won't be able to maximally recruit everything on back-to-back days. So that's why I have it laid out in the way I do down below. So basically, you have your 1 upper session, 1 lower session, and you can either ramp to a training max or do the 3 sets of 1 and rotate that every 1 to 3 mesocycles. Now, as far as the other days go, you're going to be doing either the strength speed work, the power work, or the speed strength work, and you can rotate between 2, 3, and 4, rotate between that every 1 to 3 mesocycles as well. And then for max speed work, I would say do that on one of your non-lifting days. Preferably, it should be the first day of your 2-day stretch that's off from lifting. And just make sure you program accordingly if you're still sore from your last session. So say Friday you did max effort lower body and your legs are still sore come Saturday's max speed session. Just do high intensity interval training on the rowing machine and you'll be all set. And the last bullet point, it's a sample schedule. Say Sunday you're off. Monday you do the max strength upper. Tuesday you do the either strength, speed, power, or speed, strength on the lower body. Wednesday you'd have off. Thursday you would do the speed, strength, or power work on your upper body. And then Friday you would do the max strength work on the lower body. And then Saturday you can do your max speed work. So it's just a quick breakdown of all that. I know it was a little condensed. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them down below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. So thank you very much for sticking around till the end. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.